Oh god. Oh god, where's my player character? Where's my player character? Oh, I'm under the tent. Hi, welcome back to It's the Nuzlocke Vlogs where I play Pokemon and do a Nuzlocke and I talk about things. How are things going on with me? Well, I'm doing good. I'm trying to get stuff done by the end of the month because I'm going to have to take a few days off of working on shit because it's going to be Thanksgiving and I'm going to be visiting my family. And that will be nice to see them and just take a few days off and watch. I think I'll watch through the Snap Cube, like the Kingdom Hearts one. I've been saving that, and I'll do that over Thanksgiving. And also, we finally got another Deathblart. I love episodes of Deathblart. I'm making a video where I talk about Deathblart because I like Deathblart. Yay! But yeah, that means I have a lot of stuff to do before I get done. I'm trying to get the Dark Knight part of the Christmas special done and also the currently longest chapter of my Epstein video, the one that is called Many of Them Are on the Younger Side, and that's a quote from Donald Trump about the girls that were raped by his best friend. Sorry, I'm having to lean in to like read that on the other monitor. Yeah, but I'm working on that. I'm also editing, and I'm just doing a bunch of work for the Epstein video. I got the stuff about the chapter about the death of. Okay, fuck you too. The chapter about the death of Virginia Giuffre written. I'm starting on one that's just like a tangent, like where I talk about conspiracy theories. I mean, I know I've been talking about a lot of conspiracy theories on this video in general, but hold on. So this is Kindle Road, and this is one island, which means that this is this the same encounter table as Treasure Beach? No, because there's a one island, which means I can get an extra encounter on this tiny patch of grass. Yay. But yeah, I'm working on that, and I do think this last chapter, that I'm most of the way through editing. It's the heart of the video. It's where I talk about all the different victims. There's so many of them. I've definitely missed some. I tried to talk about every single victim I could find, and as I was editing it, like as I was saying, man, there's so many victims. I've tried to say them all. I'm sure that I'll miss some of them. As I was editing that little segment, I found out about another one that I had missed. I'm forgetting. I have to double check her name. I said it in the video. I re-edited in to have me having said that. She was the ballerina who Epstein offered to pay for her mother's brain surgery when she had a brain tumor to convince her to let him rape her. That was fucking horrible. And I know there's items on Treasure Beach, but do you have to be stopped to find an item? If you do, that's dumb. But yeah, Ferret Pearl, okay. But I got that done, and right now I'm closing in on 6 hours written in this video, 2.5 of which I've edited. And Epstein is still alive because I'm going in vaguely chronological order, although there's some parts that aren't. But I haven't killed Epstein yet. I haven't reached the death of Jeff yet, which that's kind of some fucking blue balls in the making people wait so long to get with what I say the video's about at the start. But you need the building. You need to know about the victims and his friends and about other conspiracies related to Epstein. You need to know all of that before you know about good old Jeffy Epps, because otherwise my conclusions won't make sense. You can't just say like how it ends with what I'm going to say about Epstein. You need to build it up. You need a 10-hour video to understand the Epstein case. And I hope it's just 10 hours. I think I'm looking at like 10 hours. There's nothing in this path, right? Right? Or is there? Oh. The 3 Island Port does have Pokemon. I thought this was only unlocked after you get the... it's only unlocked after you get the National Dex, but I get that from the start. And I've already got you. And aren't you the only encounter here? I'm pretty sure like Stumpfisk is the only encounter here. So if you're a ball toy, then I can't get anything here. Yeah, I'll give one more. Like, I've never before, because YouTube has a limit of 12 hours, I've never before been worried about reaching that limit of 12 hours. I know that there's, like, cheats to break it. I've seen other people break that limit. Quentin Reviews has, like... Well, first off, Quentin Reviews is... I'm a creator who's... I'm a big fan of, been very influential, is who made me realize, oh, you can just make a video that's 10 hours long and people will watch it. But I know that Quentin Reviews, like, has some stuff on how to make a video that long, but I couldn't get a 12-hour video done in time, so I hope it is going to end up only being 10. Like, I don't know. I think I'm most of the way through the video now. I think I am most of the way through the video. And maybe I break it in half if it's too long? I don't know. I think it works better if it's one big video. But I'll figure things out. And yeah, it works going great on the Batman one. I've got most of, like, the Dark Knight Rises segment written. I just need to do, like, my final conclusion at the end, and maybe I'll do that today. I don't know. And gotta get that done in December. Gonna try and get 4 chapters of the Epstein video done in December. Although, like, the chapters are kind of arbitrary, and, like, my schedule on the chapters keeps changing because I keep changing what I think the chapters are. I, like, decided, oh, I'll split the Trump... I'd already split the Trump chapter into 2 parts, and I'm like, actually, it should be 3 parts, just because it's easier to write, and it's easier to edit when things are broken up like that, is why I do it the way I do it. But yeah, I'm just hard at work on all this. I should throw up my schedule, throw up that schedule with all how things are going, all those chapters. Yeah, just let you look at that for a while I catch a Charmander, which gets to be named Beep Boop after a commenter. Let's read comments. Do. Beep Boop. Beep Boop says, I will continue to hate Jake, but with a positive undertone that's heavily overtones by actual hate for him. I mean, that's fine. Speaking of me working on videos, I got the first third of my next Homestuck video written, and thankfully, I'm only thinking this will be about 90 minutes, which is good, because I cannot do the Epstein video and also do something like I did last year with this 7.5-hour Homestuck video. I can't fucking do that. I can only do one ultra long video at a time. So I'll just do a 91 or just a 90-minute video about this thing that I'm going to be making this video about. And what is that video going to be about, you may be wondering. What am I going to be talking about? And the answer is, you'll see. You'll see. I've given the hints, and I think you could figure it out. Because I've done some misdirection on what the video will be about. I've played with people's expectations. It's not going to be any of the things that I said it would be in October as potential things, but I think you can figure out from that video what I'm going to do. But anyway, it gets broken up into chunks because I write better when I break things up into chunks, and I've got the first 2 chunks written, which is about a third of it. There will be 4 more chunks, and unlike the other video I'm writing, this one won't be broken up easily into I won't be splitting chapters because I already know, like, it's the chapters of this next Homestuck. I'm like talking about shit that you don't know about. This next Homestuck video, it breaks up into chapters really easily because the chapters are all about very specific things, about, let's say, specific acts of the comic. I should go back to reading comments as I do. Kichi 2001 says, such a wild take to say that Rose wasn't a victim of an abusive parent. And that's fair enough. I don't actually think I said that. It's been 2 years. I might be misremembering my own videos. I don't think I said Rose wasn't abused or that she had a good childhood. I said that it's very notable that Dave's bro is the only one of the Guardians who physically harms, like, their care, the person in the... Like, bro is the only one who in the Stripes beats the shit out of, like, the kid, and that's notable because it's like, oh, this is bad. And, like, Rose had a bad mother. Rose's mother was very flawed. She was a negligent alcoholic, but she didn't beat the shit out of Rose because she's a very different character than Bro, and that's, that's, I think, and maybe it's, we can talk about Homestuck, how Homestuck portrays different forms of abuse, where Rose's mother is portrayed as a bad parent who loved Rose deep down but just had her own flaws that made her a bad mother, and Rose comes to terms with that. Whereas Dave comes to terms with, oh, my brother beat the shit out of me because he was a fucking asshole who treated me like shit and made me feel worthless. Like, they're different, complex characters. I don't know. Anyway, that's Kichi's comment, and the other 3 comments are the irony of John calling out how everything is forced by a bad fanfic writer and Candy only for the Homestuck 2 team to do the same. Thank God they're gone. And we got Homestuck Beyond Canon. And you know what? I think the Homestuck Beyond Canon team does much better writing. They're much more competent writers. I am, like, hesitant to say thank God they're gone. Because they're gone because they get threatened to be murdered so much that they felt unsafe writing the comic. And I've seen other people be like, they're just lying and making up the idea that the Homestuck fandom sent them death threats. The Homestuck fans wouldn't do that. Yeah, they fucking would. Because I know for a fact, I have no doubt in my mind that the writers of Homestuck 2 got tons and tons of death threats. Because, I interviewed, a bunch of fan comic writers, writers of comics that got, 30 total readers that were terrified to talk to me because they gotten so many death threats for writing those comics that got 30 total readers that they never want to talk about it again because they still don't feel safe. Yeah, I think the Homestuck fandom probably sent death threats to the Homestuck 2 team because the Homestuck fandom loves sending death threats because the Homestuck fandom is the most fucking toxic horseshit I've ever seen. Anyway, Eaton Eraser, like the anti-Panton, having trouble following a specific thread until I realize that's how you say fascist. Did you learn the word from a British person? I learned the word from reading stuff. And you see, this is why you never make YouTube videos, because people will point out every flaw in how you pronounce words until, fortunately, you now know how fascist is pronounced, so people can shut up about you saying fascist. I do it correctly now. Fascist. Isn't it like an Italian word? Shouldn't it be fascist? I don't know. Hey, I don't know how you described Act 8. It sounds alright, even good. It isn't. True on the Gamzee time loop stuff, but I think it's still fitting as a different ending. Yeah, I really don't care about Act 8. I think that was one of the weaker comics, and it just felt aimless and spinning its wheels. That was a good video I made last year, though, where I talked about all those endings. I enjoyed it. I think that's some of the best work I've ever done. I'm glad people enjoyed it. And I'm never making a video like this Epstein one again. It's taken so much out of me. It's been the hardest, most labor-intensive video I've ever made. And I can't do something like this again. I could do a video that was this long, but I couldn't do a video about such dark and depressing and complicated subject matter like this again. Making that Homestuck video was easy because it's talking about fucking it's talking about webcomics. It's fan sequels to webcomics and whether or not they're well written. That was so easy. I could write that like a breeze, but it is a pain in the ass writing this big video about Epstein. But it's important, and I think it's some of the best work I've done. But God, it's been hard working on this. And I've got a pretty good, strong team. I'm not really worried about the Elite Four because my team is excellent. Got 6 great Pokemon, got a couple of really strong ones in the bench. I've got that Suicune, and I've got that Lavatar. Just got to Charmander. I've got great Pokemon set up. This run should end up good. Anyway, let's just continue getting rid of these trainers. It's weird that they do like the Pokemart like Seller Man thing for the evil guys who whip. Like, what? Why are you like this? Why am I being? Why is this evil man who beats Pokemon like dressed like he's about to sell me a potion? Weird. It's weird. I think the level cap for this is 50, which I'll be just under. My team got my team felt over level. The Sevi Islands have kind of under level Pokemon, I feel. That's fine. My team is all strengthed up and trained, and I took out the gym trainers, so now I'm going to beat up Giovanni, and I'm going to end the episode. Or maybe I'll even do blue in this episode. Yeah, let's chain together fights so that we can have a dramatic that fight went wrong and we lost. And yep, it's level 50 level cap. I don't do level caps, but that's good to know. Gonna put my starter out front, so my starter gets all trained up. I've got the Viridian City encounter and the 2 fossil encounters, which I will do either next week or the week after it, so that I have some encounters that I can read comments off as I go into the Elite Four and finishing things. And then after this, I think I'm going to do Pokemon Y for my next Nuzlocke. Going to see if I can get the 3DS emulator running good and looking good. Okay, Giovanni, let's kick your ass. Water Spout. Oh no, what am I going to do? Water Spout. Oh god, Water Spout. Oh god, his Pokemon are so strong. Oh god. This is my last Water Spout. Okay. Thank God for Water Spout. Okay. Yeah. Icicle Spear. Hey, that's a good thing to give to the Pokemon that just kicked your fucking ass, Giovanni. You loser. You fucking bitch. You loser. You're a goddamn loser, Giovanni. And actually, I'm going to prefer the consistency of Ice Punch. I think it, on average, will do slightly better damage. But yeah, it's a good thing I had all those Icicle Spears, because had all those Water Spouts, because otherwise I would have lost to Giovanni, and then this run would have been over. Giovanni is such a joke. Like, even in the original game, like, Round, it's a good type, but it's a type that can just be pounded with Surf, which all your fucking Pokemon, you definitely have a Surfer at this point. Giovanni is such a joke for, like, one of the final bosses, toughest in this game. And, okay, good job, Manectric. Almost died, but you pulled through. And you know what? I'm not even going to be switching in this battle, because we're getting near the end, and this is one of the last battles that could potentially have me lose a Pokemon. But my team has been great. Blizzard, though. I think I might go back to Ice Punch, but okay, good thing it didn't use Pursuit then. Use Pursuit after I switched out. Okay, and we go back to you, because okay, and then we Aeroblast and win, and good. Dragona losing. Unfortunately, Dragona is learning that something I haven't read JoJo lands. But this is like, that fight, the one where Dragona gets really beat up. I'm sure that fight exists because it's JoJo. Every character gets horribly mutilated and just the living shit beat out of them constantly. So, like, let's go through our box before. I think we'll stick to this team into the Elite Four, but you're going in Weenie Hut Jr. I have too many Pokemon left. Weenie Hut Jr., and I order these based on how likely I am to want to use them. And there. This is my Pokemon box, and it's sorted by usefulness, and I've got a whole bunch of Pokemon in here, and I guess I don't need to sort it while you're watching, but I will take that TM. What TM was that? I don't know. Yeah, I'm all real strong and ready for this final trip through Victory. Victory Road, and then the Elite Four. And honestly, I think next week I will finish up this game. Next week I am going to finish Leaf Green or FireRed or whatever game we're playing. I think we're doing FireRed because I'm going through Victory. I'm going to start in Victory Road, or maybe I don't have enough to talk about to get through Victory Road in this part. I'll do it next time. So next time I'm going to do Victory Road. Yeah. Why am I saving? I saved, but why didn't I do that? Why did I do that while I was recording?